Imagine waking up tomorrow to a sound that does not belong. Not thunder, not traffic, but the deafening hum of wings the size of dinner plates. By 7 in the morning, the first reports flood in from 3 continents at once. In Tokyo, a commuter films a dragonfly whose shadow darkens an entire city block. In Texas, school buses are delayed because the roads are covered in ants as long as a human forearm. And in London, something large and green taps on a window on the 23rd floor. This is tomorrow, if the insects of the world suddenly grew to the size of animals. By noon, the internet has one question on repeat. Is this real, or the most elaborate hoax in history? Biologists are calling it the 6-legged apocalypse. And before this video ends, the world you knew will be gone. To understand what happens next, you have to understand the strange math of an insect. Insects do not breathe with lungs. They breathe through tiny tubes, which is why a fly survives a swat that would shatter a human rib. But scale an insect up, and that fragile system collapses within minutes. Unless, in a single night, something rewrites the rules of biology itself. Our scenario begins deep underground, in the oxygen-rich soil of a warming planet. Scientists call it the oxygen effect, the ancient force that let dragonflies with 3-foot wings rule the Carboniferous age. 300 million years ago, the air held 35% oxygen, and insects grew monstrous. Giant dragonflies hunted skies with no birds, and creatures with 6 legs ruled the land. Now imagine that ancient chemistry returning in one single night. The same oxygen that feeds fire would suddenly feed wings. Hour 1, the mosquitoes arrive first, because they are the fastest to adapt. A swarm the size of a city drifts toward the coast, and weather radar mistakes it for a hurricane. They cross oceans without rest, driven by a hunger older than memory. Hour 2, the ants reorganize, and colonies miles wide begin moving like living rivers. Farmers in Nebraska watch their fields vanish beneath a black tide that moves with military precision. In Ohio, a single colony builds a dam across an entire river in one afternoon. Hour 4, the bees, now the size of sparrows, stop attacking and start building. In the cities, office towers become hives overnight, glass facades wrapped in golden honeycomb. The power grids fail first, as insect bodies short-circuit transformers from Delhi to Detroit. Then the roads, highways, buried under slow-moving carpets of beetles. Trains stall, ports close, and cities seal their windows with whatever they can find. By nightfall, global air travel is grounded, not by weather, but by wings. The first casualty of the apocalypse is silence itself. And here's the twist. Humans are not the first victims. The first to fall are the birds, the frogs, and the fields of crops we never stopped to see. In one day, a single swarm eats what a small country grows in a season. Because when insects take the stage, the entire food chain must learn a new script. By day 2, governments declare a state of emergency, and the war against the swarm begins. But you cannot bomb an enemy that lives in the soil and multiplies by the millions. Chemicals fail because the insects evolve faster than the factories can produce. Then something unexpected happens. The insects begin to mimic human behavior. Satellites capture columns of ants building bridges, levees, even roads of their own. In India, weavers turn their looms into barricades against rivers of silk. A colony in the Amazon arranges itself into a giant map, pointing toward the sea. In Berlin, a beehive spells out a single word in wax, and scientists refuse to translate it. For one terrifying week, it seems intelligence is not our invention after all. And then, on the morning of day 9, the wings stop, the swarms hover, and the world holds its breath. What are they waiting for? The answer arrives by noon. The insects are not eating, they are studying. They circle power stations, then leave them untouched, as if taking notes. They descend on museums, libraries, and data centers, never destroying, only observing. Satellite analysts realize the swarms are following the migration patterns of humans, not prey. The generals call it surveillance. The poets call it curiosity. And the old ones whisper a name from history. We are not their first civilization, and we may not be their last. Somewhere in the Pacific, a research station goes silent, and no one dares investigate. Day 10. The swarms begin to lift, rising in great spirals toward the sun. The news cameras capture a single image that will define the age. A child waving goodbye to a giant moth. Then the hum fades, and the world is quiet again, for the first time since the siege began. Here is what the scientists finally understand. The insects did not come to destroy us. They came to teach us. In 9 days, they mapped our cities, our boundaries, our fears, and our refusal to listen. The lesson was never about them. It was always about us. So tonight, as the last swarm lifts into the fading light, the question is no longer whether they will return. It is whether we will be ready for what they have learned about us. Because somewhere, in a honeycomb taller than a skyscraper, someone is already teaching their children about you. And tomorrow, when you hear that hum, ask yourself, is it the sound of an invasion or the sound of an invitation?